I'll go ahead and drop to those of you who are watching the idea that I have. I'll work with Ryan on this a little bit more, kind of fleshing out the idea. This is my preliminary thoughts. Ryan and I haven't actually talked in detail about it. I know this is where he was wanting to push things. Um, but just to kind of give you an idea of where my mind is, and he and I will, come out with the numbers and understand the numbers a lot better here in the near future. But for the whole seller lead op city thing, comment if you want me to break that down a bit, because I want to make sure that I am, giving you the information that you want, and those of you who are watching will get it before anybody else does, and hopefully you can also help me understand, what you want out of things. 'Cause that's always the end idea, right? The end goal is to make sure that we're providing information to those who are interested in things that we're developing, so that you have access to it before anybody else does, and giving you what you want, not just making things up, right? Also, this little thing above my head is always so weird to me whenever I look at videos that I make here in the living room. Break that down, please, Tamara says. All right, awesome. Yeah, so I'll kind of give you what I'm thinking. So we know that OpCity sends a whole bunch of crap leads, right? That's in most markets. There's some markets where they do great. It's Realtor.com at the end of the day, right? They were actually buying leads from Realtor.com, Zillow, different places, different marketplaces like that, and then reselling those leads. That's essentially what was happening. They were reselling them to lenders at a higher price, and in turn, the lenders were paying one side, and the realtors would be paying a commission on the back end, right? So the realtors didn't have to pay for anything. So it worked out in the realtors' favor, kind of, except the leads were not converting in most markets. So, yeah, that's a light behind my head. Yeah, if I had an automatic, I guess I could get Michael to answer your question, or it's a light, and I should probably get like Alexa, like Alexa's on this side here. Where is that? Yeah, I have the little, whatever that's called, to activate everything. Anyway, okay, I'll stop talking about that. But so, anyway, again, lenders were paying for OpCity, realtors could get the leads for free, but then have to pay a 35, I think it's now 30 to 40% is what somebody told me in the chat, referral fee. So for us, we're going, okay, lenders won't be able to be a part of the listings for the most part. So that's not going to be something that would be attractive to lenders. But we're going, okay, what's a cost-effective strategy if we're looking at realtors being able to pay for this and still be able to pay on the back end, right? We got to be able to have some money to generate the leads. And we want the realtors to be able to get in at a very low cost. And with that, we understand that they're willing to pay a referral fee, maybe not 30 to 40%, especially if they're paying a little bit of money to get the leads in. So we're going, okay, let's create pods, if you will. Just stick with me on this. Create pods of real estate agents in each city. So a pod of 10. And of course, this is going to depend on the size of the city, but we're thinking pods of 10 and $99 per agent. And so what does that mean? What that essentially means is the agent will not have to manage their own Facebook ads to generate seller leads. We know that most agents can't do that, not on a great level. And the problem, somebody says their OpCity charge is 50% referral fee. Jeez. That's what happens whenever you get bought out for $210 million. Anyhow, you have to pay pay the people who invested in you, your investors. So anyhow, so we're looking at saying, okay, so $99, what does that do for the agent? Well, one, it helps us. We know how many leads we can generate in a market. Typically between 60 to 100 leads in most markets, and these are seller leads. These are not buyer leads. So agent would pay $99. Their pod would pay basically roughly about $1,000, right? And so as they're paying that gives us the opportunity. We really wouldn't make any money on the front end, but we'd manage everything. The agent wouldn't have to worry about anything except following up with the leads. They also wouldn't have to claim the leads, because what we're thinking, and you guys can tell me, this is a small segment of people here, but tell me what your thoughts are in regard to doing a round robin. So what we would look at is, obviously, those of you who follow me know I have a team of virtual assistants. The virtual assistants would send out the leads in round robin as soon as they came in, and we'd have some automated services and things like that. The lead would go to the first agent and then round back over and go back to the 10th agent, right? So it'd go back and forth, and then every month we'd probably reset where the agents sit so that it is fair. So not every agent is being on the back end, right? So if you're agent number 10 you're always getting either the first or the 10th lead. And maybe that's not fair. I don't really know. It's like a deck of cards. You don't know what's coming, right? Who can get the best lead, who can get the worst lead in a set of 10. And so as we look at that process, Tamara says round robin's an awesome idea. I think it's probably the most fair thing, to be honest with you, Tamara, because again, like I said, whenever you're generating leads, it's a crapshoot as far as who's going to get the best lead, right? Especially if you're in the same market. Somebody might get, a lead that's $800,000, and somebody might get a lead that is a trailer house lead, like OpCity has done for, I guess, the last 4 or 5 years, I guess, since 2016, 2017. And so we want to do it on the seller side because we don't feel like there's there's not a huge company that's doing it right now. We feel like with the stuff that we've been producing, that's an opportunity for us to obviously capitalize on it, one. Two, also make it equitable for the agents, where the agents are actually getting a massive advantage, right? So again, we wouldn't make a lot of money, if any money, on the front end, and we'd obviously have a contract in place with the real estate agents to say, hey, if you close the deal, Joseph says OpCity is trash. Yeah, in a lot of markets it is. So our goal would say, okay, $99 for most agents should mean, it's money, right? But it shouldn't be a huge cost to anybody. And then you're paying, between 25 to 30% referral fee for a listing. And so our goal, and of course when that listing closes, our goal is to make sure that, in any of my businesses that we run, it's all about helping others. And so this is kind of part of that process and understanding how that would work. Does that make sense to everybody? I don't know if I broke that down well enough for everyone. Yeah, so it would be $99 monthly is what it would be. There's no way I'd do $99 for a year, if that's what your question is. To manage your ads and send you leads, it's got to be pretty realistic. OpCity is known to only send 100K leads in the beginning until you show your worth. Yeah, I think we'll do something where we're checking real estate agents. We'll probably have a concierge service on the back end. So we message the agent and say, hey, are you following up with your leads? If the agent says yes, and then we find out that they're not, then we're going to kick them off. Like, you're wasting other people's livelihoods, is how I look at it, right? Like, if you're not going to be the person who's going to be following up the leads, we don't need you. There's going to be thousands of agents in your market who will be interested. And that's not to knock anybody. That's just to say, hey, look, we're working hard. We want you to work hard. This is people's money that you'd be taking out of their pockets by not following up with the lead. So that's how we're looking at that. Joel says, makes sense. Michael says, would there be a referral on the back end? Yeah, Michael, so $99 up front, referral on the back end. Referral, we're looking at possibly doing somewhere around 25 to 30% referral fee on the back end. That's the only way we're going to be able to make money as a company, right? Because the $99 per agent, as you know, that ad spend's not going to go super far. And if we even took 50% of that, there wouldn't be enough leads to divvy out to the group of 10 agents in the market. Good questions, by the way. Yeah. Also, Tamara, we wouldn't be looking at breaking up agents on who's getting $500,000 leads or $800,000 leads or $1 million leads. We're just going to send it to every agent, right? And so I think it's been one of the problems with a lot of these companies like Zillow, Realtor.com, and all these other places is whoever pays more gets more. For us, we're going to look at it as whoever's following up their leads stays in the game, and whoever is not, we'll kick them out. We'll get somebody else. The price will probably generally stay the same. It may have to increase over time, just to make sure that we're generating the number of leads that we need to generate. But for the most part, it should be definitely everybody getting the same type of leads, if you will. Michael says, I like the idea, brother. I'd pay. Awesome. Yes, the tracking will be the test. How many people in each pod? 10 people in each pod, Desiree, to answer your question. Joseph, I'm already in. Just tell me what to do. Nakia says, would there be levels like $99 per month for 35% and $150 per month for 25%? I think what we'll end up doing, I don't want to give out too much information on this. We would probably do, if you decide like, hey, Joseph, your leads are good, your team's leads are good, I'd like to get more business from you guys, then we'll obviously offer you the opportunity to just buy out the pod, right? The other agents would still be getting their leads, but rather than creating, let's say like it's 10 agents per pod, we're not going to create 10 ads for 10 different agents. It's going to be one pod. It's all the money's going to go to that pod, and the leads are going to come from that, right? If you come to us and say, hey, I'd like to just run lead generation through your company and get my own leads, then obviously we'll have a price point for that. And you will essentially, you won't be quote unquote competing because it's not really competition. You'd be running your own ads. We'd be running an ad set for you with the follow up and stuff, and then the pod would still be doing their thing, right? So you could buy out technically a part of the market if you wanted to do that, and that comes with trust and time and understanding, what you're getting from this, because it's not like you're going to jump to the next level without actually seeing success first, and we kind of understand that, right? Like if you're paying $99 and all of a sudden you close a $450,000 deal, your mindset should be, how can I capitalize more? How can I make more money throughout the year? And that's by owning more of the market, right? So good question, Nakia. Can we pay more for two cities? Yeah, Lisa. So if you want to be in two different cities, you'd probably just pay $99 again for whatever other city that you wanted to be in, right? So, I mean, I'm sure we'll have some agents that are like, hey, I'm around 10 different cities. I want to pay $99 for 10 different cities, and that would be perfectly fine with us. Right, it's going to be pods per city. Michael says, I can think of 10 agents that would do this in my city. Easy, LOL. Let me know when you're ready to run it. Awesome, Michael. Yeah, I'll talk more with Ryan. I think he allows me to be kind of like the operations guy behind some of the stuff that he thinks of, and then I create the actual. We get together and create the business model. But I think of ways to make sure that it's scalable for everyone, including us as a business, and then of course for the agents as a whole. Tamara says, fair deal for sure. When will this roll out? Desiree, we have a couple more seller master classes to flesh things out. After we get through some of those seller master classes, seeing what numbers look like and what data we've collected, then we'll probably put together a plan to start getting it out to agents as quickly as possible. Michael says, also, what point in the funnel would you be handing the leads off? Yeah, so that's another question. So we're thinking that we'll probably, buyer leads are slightly different than seller leads. We're thinking a couple of different ways. One would be automating a text that goes out, kind of some of the stuff that we do right now, that goes out to the lead and introduces the agent. So each of our agents would have their own quote unquote CRM. You can put your leads into your own CRM after that, but your leads would come to you directly, and then they would get an automated text message. And then from there, you would then be able to be in communication with that particular lead. And Michael, so to answer your question in short, we feel like building rapport with the seller is much more important than building rapport with the buyer, especially since they own that asset, right? It's the largest asset for most people. So that you would probably get the lead at the very beginning. And then if we need to change things over time, we'll change things over time, right? Nakia, yeah, you're the visionary and he's the implementer. LOL, just started ringing rocket fuel. Yeah, I think in a lot of businesses, there has to be two people, right? Like somebody has to have the vision and somebody has to be on the back end creating the things that you have the vision on. Ryan had the vision of the Op City stuff, and I know that's where he wants to go with things. And he's been working on this for a while. And those of you who know me, like I'm all action, let's get it done and then build it out, right? So yeah, definitely, probably a good book, Rocket Fuel, for a lot of you. And then Michelle asked, are these seller leads? 100% seller leads, not buyer leads. Now, you may get some buyer leads. We're going opposite of what everybody else has done. Everybody else has gone buyer. We're going to look at go seller. Any referral programs? Nakia, I don't know what you're asking in regard to referral programs. Do you mean like referring other agents to the program? Probably not, if that's your question, because $99, there's just not enough money in that for us to be able to create a quote unquote referral program. Now, if somebody comes and signs up for owning a market like $1,500 to $2,000 a month, then maybe at that point we will. Okay. We're not in Virginia yet, but we will definitely add that to our market. Oh, canceled. Event logs. Okay, so I gotta go because we have to go pick up our son and take him to the doctor. It's Chinese New Year here in Asia and Singapore, and Ben is off school early. It's half day, and so we gotta go pick him up. Love you guys. Appreciate your feedback. We'll take notes on all this stuff that we have discussed here. But yeah, just quick note: 10 agents per city, $99 is what we're looking at. Referral fee on the back end, 25 to 30%, and that's kind of how we'll break things down. Here's the thing: when you're handing out seller leads, in most cases, that's 2 deals. Even paying a referral fee for both, that is not as a no-brainer. Yeah, exactly, Michael. Especially for $99, like for somebody to complain about that, would be pretty ridiculous. Kyle says, I'm in. Awesome. Happy New Year. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. All right. I got to get out of here before I continue talking because you guys know I love talking business. But I'm out. Love you. Talk to you later. Send me a message if you're in or you have any questions. And we'll hold the group Zoom call to talk more about this. And we'll add you guys to the Zoom call so that you can all be a part of the conversation. All right, guys. Love you. Peace.